Every decision you make matters. The genetics you trust, the program you believe in, the direction you're building toward. At 66 Ventures, we focus on providing stock you can rely on, backed by experience and built for real results. When you're ready to take the next step, we're ready too. 66 Ventures.
Test. We might not need them. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to the Holy Smokes Pig Sale. We're going to talk the first couple here, Brock Heron and myself. Sale time tomorrow is 1 p.m. We got online bidding provided by CCI Kennedy Ventures, a bunch of transport options, so check those out to visit with Inmans or the breeders, anybody tuning in here. So we're going to start off with Trace Amigos Show Pigs.
Looks like we've got lot 16 from Trace and lot 18 from Trace in the ring right now. Lot 16 is a one-way absolute. The mom came from Wehmer. She's done a really nice job. And tag 18 from Trace Amigos Show Pigs. Mainline Woke Timber. The mom is a littermate to Everhart's Calico from last summer. The finished her division reserve heavy at their state fair. And as always, the Trace Amigos crew take this sale very, very seriously. And they're always ones that come through the ring here and that strike you very positively from a stoutness and mobility standpoint. Both of those hogs have got an incredible kind of look from the side, really neat pedigree. And the one thing I can tell you is last summer we brought a lot to one way and a lot to mainline, and I think you can rest assured as a buyer and a feeder, those hogs are going to continue to improve. They're going to get better with time, and their maturity pattern is on point. And along with coming from Trace Amigos, I think you should have a lot of confidence as a buyer here in tag 16 and tag 18. We got two more Trace Amigos consignments coming in next, tag 19 and tag 20. Bank on it all the way as their pedigree. Gilt litter here. Mom was the reserve champion or the champion red gilt at Jasper County last year, and that's a pretty neat pedigree. TP, you breed as many Durocs as I do. I feel like that's kind of a pedigree that most people can resonate with. We got tag 19 and tag 20 here, both Duroc male pigs from Trace Amigos.
And young man's got the tag 19. Young lady's got tag 20 for people tuning in online or here. The bank on it thing there at Danner's, that board's been very, very popular, and they've got feature. More importantly, these pigs look like they're going to feed. They're not your quick, bunchy ones. They've got enough progression and I think feedability to get them into those September months and maybe past that. But look, design, balance, and got a very good sow backed away here in her first litter. So young man has tag number 19. Young lady has tag 20, Trace Amigos Durocs.
This is the final entry here from Trace Amigos Show Pigs, tag 17. This is a gilt, as you can tell. She's a Kong. Picture this. The mom came from GNS and was a 5th overall crossbred gilt at Indiana State Fair last year, actually in 2024, and also the 4th overall in her division at the Summer Spectacular in Louisville. And as you look to this gilt and kind of see her visually and get beyond the fact that her pedigree really speaks to you, I think you really can appreciate the dimension this gilt has in terms of her width to her chest and her shoulder design. Really a muscular, broad kind of a gilt. Really exudes a stout kind of look in terms of her skull and her top line. Really a heavy-duty stout gilt in terms of her feature. And I think this is one of those ones you can definitely see a lot of breeding value in, but also at the same time would make a tremendous show gilt. Would classify Hampshire for all those you online that can't quite tell maybe color pattern. Hampshire classifier tag 17 from Trace Amigo. Kong, picture this. Really interesting kind of dual-purpose female.
All right, next in, we got Roto Ball and Sons. They brought us a pair. Kyle came down here. Tag 12, or sorry, tag 21 that Kyle's got is going to be the white pig, and then tag 22, the young lady's got. Tag 21, the Yorkshire appearing male, far and wide tricked out, dams, a full sib to Surefire, and the grand dams, the foundation sow. This pig is pinned right by us, and I think one for a Yorkshire classifying pig. He's got the feature, he's got the stoutness, he's got big feet. More importantly, I think he can get there as a mature show bearer. I like a lot of things about this one in terms of just feedability. Still looks the part right now. That's tag 21. That's the solid white bearer. The dark cross male pig is going to be tag 22. He's a stranglehold safety first. He's a mate to the high sell and bearer there in their online sale. Grand Dam is Ride With Me. That pig there's another one. Like the Roto Ball firm, been in the business a very long time. Predictability, I think a fundamentally good pig that's levels up good out of his hip. And another one, you feed onto those heavier weights, looks like progression's going to be awfully good. So very good pair from Roto Balls. Hogs that I know are going to feed extremely well. Lot 21's the white one, 22's the painted up bearer.
We're bringing in a pair here from Platt Show Pigs coming next. We got tags 12 and 13, obviously both light cross, a female and a male pig here. Ragweed Hangman on tag 12, and tag 13 is a Ragweed Cotton Appin. Tag 12, his mom's shares the same dam as Here to Stay, and that's an interesting topic for me. I felt like that Here to Stay boar was really, really unique in the way he was bred, but also visually his just range of motion, given that his pedigree was something that really stood out to me. And in tag 13, Ragweed Cotton Appin. I think this is a really interesting pair that Platt brought us here. Back there in the pens, I've seen this tag 12 gilt quite a bit, and as many of you know, finding light crossbreds, especially on the gilt side of things, that really stand out is difficult, and I feel like this ragweed deal is standing out, and I think lot 12 does that. She is super heavy duty, super big footed. That kind of hair and skull dimension really speak to me. I'm not sure where you'd like to show that gilt. I think you could show her for a long time and win quite a bit. That's tag 12, and then tag 13, another one out of ragweed on a cotton oppen sow. This pig really wants to be a Yorkshire. He's got a tremendous look from the side, really minimal kind of blue all over him, but I think that pig's got a high ceiling, and you can see the ragweed influence there in terms of his look from the side, the muscle texture he has running down the top side of his body. He also has a tremendous hip and hind leg. Really a strong way to start here from Platt Show Pigs in tag 12 and tag 13. We're going to bring in the final pair from Platt Show Pigs next. Tag 11, which is the Duroc, and tag 14, which is the Dark Cross. The tag 11 Duroc is a dagger on a Dirty Dan. That sounds like a real-life Platt Show Pigs pedigree to me. But from what I can tell, I will tell you this dagger deal is really good. Those hogs really feed good. They're very, very predictable, and I feel like this hog you should really appreciate his length of body, his look from the side. A hog sharp neck, hard backed, and has the right kind of dimension for a Duroc at this stage. And maybe you guys aren't familiar with that dagger thing, but he had a really notable win. For me, the one that I'm most familiar with is Dallas last year. That pig that Dallas was so nice, and I feel like this pig really looks a lot like that one did as a baby. In tag 14, he's a first blood on a promotion. His mom was the reserve light cross at Kansas City in 2024. That's tag 14. Really good looking, really heavy duty one. Check out that thing's rear leg in terms of dimension. Really flexible, really sound. Nice pair to wind out the Platt Show Pigs consignments here in tag 11 and tag 14.
All right, next up we got True Genetics. We got tags 1 and 2. Dane was early, got the tags 1 and 2. 119 litters. Their pedigree is Truth Be Told, Woke, Tricked Out. The tag 2, purple shirt, tag 1, yellow hat. Guys tuning in, shorts is tag 1. Tag 2 is pants there. So we've got a pair of litter mates, as I said. Mom's a mate to the 4th overall cross gilt at the Indiana State Fair. Grandma is the mom of the Stone Cold Rizzler and Truth Be Cold and Alarm. But obviously True has made some generating pieces, but more importantly, they've made pigs that have worked. And the male pig to start with tag 1 is one that I think in terms of set and angulation up front is incredibly good. He's stout about his skull, comes at you with width, has great back shape and center body, and one that's never going to lack width. I think one you can just push and pull on, do what you want with. He's going to last, and I think he's the right size. Boar, barrow potential. I think a very good pig there in tag 1. That's the male pig. The gilt, another one. She's got great elevation and great look, shaped like her brother, and another one that's got a very useful kind of a hip and hind leg. And with that said, I think she's got a great pedigree. Both of these pigs very strong and true about their front foot. I think a great pair to start off with. True Genetics, tags 1 and 2. All right, True's next two entries are going to be tags 3 and 4. The tag 3 is going to be the black-headed, white-bodied with no black on his hip. Tag 4 is going to be the black-headed male pig with a little bit of a black tail there for everybody tuning in online. Pigs that are sired by Mainline and Moms at Game Time. Obviously, the Mainline thing needs no introduction in terms of making sellable pigs, but more importantly, pigs that have fed and won here in the first crop at a high degree. And these hogs are very similar in their type and kind, not only color, but hogs that offer structure and bone work, but great featured, and I think another ones that stay true about their front foot, got a good kind of a hind leg, and in terms of flexibility, looks like pigs that are going to make awfully good big ones. I think a really good pair. I think 4 really good pigs from True brought us there. Once again, tag 3 is going to be the black-headed, white, all the white bodied, and then the tag 4 is going to be the black-headed pig with a little bit of black on his hip.
We're going to bring in Coulson Show Pigs next. We got tag 31 in the ring right now. 31 there. He's a stud monkey on a tricked out. The grandma made the reserve grand at Colorado last year, and the $32,000 Trace Amigos Addie Thompson gilt from OYE, or she is that $32,000 gilt. We also have tag 29 coming in right now. That's an unrivaled on a driving force. The mom there is a first litter gilt from OYE that came from Mike Steele, and I think you can see the bottom side of both of these hogs are as strong as anything that you will find. Tag 29, unrivaled driving force, and tag 31, stud monkey tricked out.
I got these pigs out there earlier today when we had some free time, and I think a pair of hogs that look good now, but man, I think they're going to feed. They're the right size. The 29 pig that's a young lady in the blue jeans there is one that I like his look and design from the side. Another one, very heavy structured. He levels up good about his tail set. That pig's never going to lack just true muscle and back shape, and that's something very hard to feed. I think that hog's got a very high ceiling, and I think one that you can feed and one you can jackpot early, but more importantly, the unrivaled thing's been awfully good, and I think pigs with that kind of look out of unrivaled are the right type and kind. I think a very good pig there from Coulson. Tag 31 is going to be the other one there. Yeah, tag 31's the stud monkey pig. That's another one that's got feature and design, a really good looking level one. Another one, strong about his front foot, useful kind of a hind leg. I think these pigs look the part, but they're going to feed tremendously good. Very good pair here from Coulson.
We're going to bring in the final pair here from Coulson Show Pigs. So we've got 2 light crosses. Tag 30 is the gilt, and tag 32 is the male pig. Littermates looks like Mainline Blowing Smoke is their pedigree. Tag 30 and 32, Mainline Blowing Smoke.
Pair of blues here, and the blue thing for Tulsa, or the blue gilt thing for Kansas City has been awfully good. And I know other states do that, but more importantly, I think crossbreds that can be fun ones to show. The male pig that the young ladies got is one that is going to be tag number 31, or sorry, 32 is the male pig, and that's one that looks like the good main lines, just functional, square, good hip and hind leg, and I think maturity's right. Everything matches underneath. He's got that mainline kind of look and feature, strong about his front foot. I think a pig you could push on, you can jam on him. He's going to make the fall months without any kind of question. Great feeding kind of a pig that I I think has everything covered fundamentally. The gilt is one that maybe offers a shot more to her today comparative to the Barra, but great length aside for a gilt, breeding gilt kind of a pig that I think, like her brother, squareness out of her hind leg, great look from the side, and I think one that's going to feed. You can take her past those 300 pounds, and she's one that's going to give you all you want. I think a very good 4 that Coulson brought. Tag 32 is the male, tag 30 is the gilt. All right, Wehmer Show Pigs are in next. They've got tag 39 and tag 41. They are both castrated male pigs. The thinner belted or the wider belted pig is going to be tag 39, and that is going to be pedigree-wise Thunder Up, Lead the Way. The thinner belted pig is tag 41, Thunder Up, Top Shelf.
You know, it's hard for me to get to travel all over the country and see everybody's pigs. So that's one of the exciting things about coming here to the Holy Smoke Pig Selling Extravaganza. You get to see everybody's at one stop, and I like that. And you kind of get the feel for what they like and what they try to do at home. And I think here at Wehmer Show Pigs, I get the impression they really like stoutness, they really like width, but they also like width or good looks and pizzazz from the side. And you can see that in both of these hogs. Tag 39 there, the wider belted one, so stout in terms of his rear leg, got such dimension to his rib cage. He looks like he's going to go to the feeder and eat and want to be a winner every single day of his life. Tag 41 there really has a tremendous kind of rear leg. I love his kind of look from the side. His maturity pattern really speaks to me, but I like the width to his rib cage, the width he has to his chest, and the width underneath. I've always felt like when you find those greener ones like that have that kind of maturity pattern and width underneath, you should own them, and I feel like 41 needs to be on your list.
39 is a boar pig. I messed up there, and he does have, obviously, boar features. Tag 41 is castrated. All right, tag 40, Wehmer's final lot brought us an awfully good kind of a gilt here. She is a Thunder Up Pathfinder.
Yeah, final lot here from Wehmer Show Pigs. The mom here came from Alec Atkins, and I think this gilt continues kind of the same trend we found in the first pen that they brought in. Really a wild-looking, muscular kind of gilt. She just exudes such a genuine width underneath. I love that gilt's muscle and her shape up top, and I think that's a gilt that has a lot of potential as far as a show gilt, but it can make a really honest kind of sow for you. I think that gilt really has the right kind of pieces in terms of generating potential. I'm just one that really likes maybe a little extra in terms of width and power, and maybe that's something you guys realize when I like the judge. I like that, and I think this gilt has that. I think she can do that in the show ring and do that as a sow. Really a nice way to consolidate, or it could end up here at the Wehmer Show Pigs in tag 40. This is our female Thunder Up Pathfinder. We're going to bring in Albright Swine Farms next. We got tag 53 and 55 coming in the ring right now. Tag 53 is a dark cross gilt. She's a mindset on a never before. Mates were wildly popular in the March sale. The mindset never before thing has been really strong for them. And then tag 55, another dark crossbred gilt. Mindset Young Love. This is a really potent combination. They will feed forever. So sounds like there's a little longevity here. We got tag 53 and 55, both gilts from Albright.
We'll start with the 55 gilt. That's more of the traditionally belted one, the smaller one of the pair. the mindset thing's been good. That's a boar there that Doug and Pat have at the farm. Littermate gilt there, won Perry 2 times ago. She's a gilt, that 55, I think, versatile. If you got a market show, you got a breeding show, jackpot regardless. I think she's one that is very versatile in her type and kind. Always going to maintain body and have that kind of look and levelness from the side. I think a really, really neat looking kind of a gilt there. The smaller gilt, lot 55. Lot 53 that Dax has is one that's painted up and gives you a good silhouette. I think she reads very similar to she's a Mindset, and like I said earlier, Mindset's littermate sister was grand overall gilt there at Perry 2 times ago. That gilt looks a lot like that gilt did in terms of length of side, levelness, offers some shape and center body. I think one you can feed and progress, take her to heavier weights. Looks like one that's going to just continue to get better. Painted up gilt is tag 53, traditionally belted gilts 55. Albright Swine Farm.
We're going to bring in the last of the Albright Swine Farm consignments. Tag 51 and tag 54 are littermates. It looks like 209 litters. Pay to play, allow me. The 54 there is the Hampshire classifying male pig there. He's a cryptorchid if you're concerned about that. And then both of those hogs share the best sow in their place is on both sides of the pedigree. And then the other one there is a tag 54. No, 52, excuse me, from Albright Swine Farm. That's a Mindset Last Dance. The Mindset deal, obviously, has been really, really good. He sired the Reserve Grand at San Antonio. That pig is also a cryptorchid. So mostly Mindsets here from Albright Swine Farm. Tag 51, 54, and 52.
51, the more I guess painted up or orange pig there is one that's like Brock said there, a pay to play, good levelness, good design kind of a pig that offers some feature width underneath, and I think another one that offers enough length and extension to take to those heavier weights, and one that you have to appreciate all the look and balance he's got from the side. That's tag 51. That's the orange pig. The calico pig there, young man in the shorts is the Mindset. That pig looked, we got some pigs out earlier today. Look, design, bone, and hip and hind leg is one that you have to appreciate how much that one's got. He's a big, shapely kind of a pig that I think you're never going to have to guess on width and bone and power. Really neat kind of a calico. And then the cryptorchid male pig is going to be lot 54, one that I think is going to be awfully good in terms of balance, stoutness, big arm kind of a pig. Very useful kind of a hind leg. So tag 51 is going to be the orange pig, 52 is the calico, and then the 54 is going to be the belted pig. Albright Swine Farm. All right, we've got Juiceburn Show Pigs coming up here next. We've got a pair of reds. We've got lot 49, the young man's got, and then lot 50, the young lady's got. Lot 50, the young lady has, is a All That Da Vinci Bomb Squad, and then Dax's pig is a Bank on It Da Vinci Danica.
Well, if you're interested in really high-end kind of red projects or just purebred gilts in general, I think you need to turn towards the center of the ring right here and tag 49 and 50. 49 is one that really speaks to me. I love that gilt stoutness of feature. Her look from the side just exudes winner to me. Really a muscular kind of a gilt. It's got a great hip and hind leg, and beyond that, a Duroc gilt with that kind of bone and stoutness of feature, and she's really proportional. If you want a Duroc gilt that's really really high end, you probably need to own 49. And then tag 50, I really like that gilt's maturity pattern or look from the side or muscularity is really, really good. And from what I can tell, this all that thing is going to be really, really good long term. The ones that I've had that are a little older than the November and December group, they continue to improve. My all that's fed really, really well. And I think you can bank on the fact that Juice Burn has raised really good Durocs for a long period of time. And both of these hogs really have a lot of future and a lot of generating potential, both as sows. We got tag 49 and 50 from Juice Burn. I feel like really high-end red females here at the Holy Smoke Pig Selling Extravaganza.
Juice Burns brought us a pair of cross males as well, and this is going to be a pair of 4-litter pigs sired by Culture Shock back on a fast track. Mother's a litter mate to Need for Speed, the boar that they sold Laird's. Tag 47 is going to be the Calico, 48 is going to be the belt. Intact males, Juice Burns Show Pigs.
You know, this Need for Speed thing was really something that piqued my curiosity the last couple years at the sale he sold out there. The Chosen Ones, I guess, in Indiana. And when that pig sold, he was without a doubt one of the most heavy-duty, stout-featured, wild-looking, proportional boars, baby boars that I had seen. And when I saw him again as a big pig, he was all of those things plus some. And I think you can kind of rest assured these hogs are going to continue to improve and continue to excel at the things that they do really well right now, like tag 47 there, super heavy duty, super wild looking, and I think he will continue to do that exact same thing based on his pedigree. Tag 48 there, the belted one, he has got such tremendous shape to his top line there, really a strong looking one from the side in terms of his foot design and his skull design. I really like that hog's hip and hind leg, and it is absolutely massive. To me, I feel like you should have a lot of confidence in these hogs as a buyer just based on how the Need for Speed thing has went, and I think the Culture Shock deal obviously.
At the Holy Smoke sale back on the top shelf. Mom comes from a successful sow family, Grand Gilt 24 Indiana State Fair, Reserve Grand Houston, and the 4th overall cross at OYE here a few months ago. So good sow family. This is lot 15, Thompson Show.
The next pair that comes in are from Trogdon.
That's what we'll start. I think proportionally he's good. Length to frame ratio, his setup front's right, and I think one that can utilize his hip and hind. And I think one that can utilize his hip and hind leg. Squareness underneath, and I think feedability on leg. Squareness underneath, and I think feedability on that pig looks like the right type and kind. You could go a long ways. I think you can get into those fall months without any kind of question. I think a pig that's going to feed awesome. 45 has got a very, very good look on the side, a tall-fronted kind of a pig. Another one that stays fundamentally good. He's going to be good on his front foot, square enough out of his hip and hind leg. And I think one you could push, make to those heavier weights. But feedable pigs that have the features that it takes at the end. Lot 45's on the far side, and then lot 46 here is a small family, and then Champion Light Cross and Angelo here is a small family, and then Champion Light Cross and Angelo in 24. Small family, and then Champion Light Cross and Angelo in 24. CNC 79 is the male pig, and 80 is the gilt.
Well, I was really curious to see these pigs out here in the ring after I saw them in the pen. Back there. The morning bale thing I think is very, very interesting. It's a boar that sold back there. The morning bale thing I think is very, very interesting. It's a boar that sold through this ring last year, I believe, for $35,000. Winner's Circle purchased, and that boar had some really unique kind of features to him. And I see that in these pigs that come through the ring here. That kind of look that she has and quality that she has. A tremendous kind of hair. I think that gilt could stretch a long ways. Both show like Tulsa, Kansas City, American Royal, but also Phoenix. I feel like that gilt could really shine in that particular setting. We got 79.
Is going to be the sire on a rightfully so on this 86. 87 is unrivaled back on a come on back sow.
Well, these things bring the extras that we expect from CNC Show Pigs, the extra width, the extra look, the extra hair, the extra stoutness that they always have. I think that pair really represents that program really well in terms of dimension, body shape, and just extra dimension all over the place. We've got tag 86 and 87. I think the unrivaled thing obviously has worked really, really well for CNC. I think you could rest assured that pig's going to feed really nicely. And the real steal thing, that hog's got generations of good ones behind him. We got tag 86 and 87 once again from CNC. We're going to bring in TKO Genetics next. We got tag 88 and 89. 88 is a 1 litter. That pig is an Alibi Next Play Echo. The sow here was grand at the Montana State Fair. The Echo grandma sow was grand at the Oklahoma Bred Swine Expo, and made multiple sale makers at OYE. The Dirty Secret sow is a mate to the grand at Kansas City beyond that. And tag 89, cash out on an Echo Dirty Secret. The Echo raised the grand at the Oklahoma Bred Swine Exposition. So same sow line here on both sides of the pedigree here. We got, or both of these hogs, 88 and 89, all from TKO Genetics.
88 is going to be the closest to us, the advantage, but a nice pair here from TKO. Lots 88 closest to me. 89 is the smaller of the pair.
Well, the first time for Weldon and I to come to the mic here and be on the call, excited about it, and just been looking forward to the quality of the pigs that come. I think we start in no better fashion than here with Day Family Show Pigs. Talk about a breeder that you can go on and on. You just step into the sow families behind this one. It all ties back to one sow family there that Day's had so much success with. To one sow family there that Day's had so much success with. I think a unique trio of them here. We'll let Weldon have the comments. For sure. A unique trio of them here. We'll let Weldon have the comments.
For sure, and like Wilbur said, we're excited to hop on it at the best pig sale. And then we get into 28, like Wilbur said there, his mother obviously needs no introduction. She would have raised the 4th overall dark cross there at OYE. The Cantrell family had. That pig was very memorable to me. And then this pig comes through with that type of quality. He's got a boar head as soon as he pokes his head through the end gate, and then the rest of his body reads true to that statement. He is incredibly advanced in terms of his feature. I like the length of his cannon bone in relation to just the stoutness of feature he's got. Like Wilbur said, Justin Day, one of the absolute best guys to ever do it, and doesn't look like it's in it anytime soon. Very, very good trio from Day. Once again, 26, 27, 28.
Holt Livestock would be in next here with a tag 100. That'd be an Awakening, no stranger. I've talked to John Mark on a daily basis. That Awakening boar would be one that we own together there with Maverick, and we had so many pigs out of him that fed and finished this last time. This would be his second crop, and he's told me a lot about this pig in particular, and just how he looks like the kind out of that particular board that will feed. One that I know he's excited about, and then we drop him in here. Has that kind of just Awakening look in terms of being a little later maturing, but has the feature and just the build and comfort that those hogs do. A nice one here that Holt Livestock brings.
Not a lot left to be said there, but a real good feeding type of pig, in my opinion. Obviously side by a real good boar there. And his look up front, his length of hip, all really, really good. His composition in relation to the shape of his body is right on, and I'd call it beautiful. Just his chest, his sternum, his width from behind in relation to squareness of hock. 10 out of 10, quality score from me. Good pig from John Mark.
Coming in here next is Tag 90 from Jennings Show Pigs. No introduction for this breed and the success they've had. He brings a spotted male here. There would be a Kronos Titan. That Kronos would have sired the Grand Purebred Gilt at OYE this year and raised several other winners. Unique thing here, the Titan sow that is behind this one would have been the champion spot gilt at Dallas 26. If you're pay attention online or familiar with Snapchat, this is one that I got to see there a couple times. So unique. He hit me hard in the video there. He hits me even harder here. Weldon will have good comments on this one.
Real nice pig, and I'll tell you, of the pigs that Jennings has brought to Holy Smoke, some of them that he'd probably even agree come through a touch more immature in terms of roundness of body, a touch more immature in terms of just overall, I guess, advancement of feature. And this one takes out the guesswork for it, because most of the pigs he brings obviously end up going on and winning like he normally does. But this pig shows you what he is, and like I said, he's more advanced than the majority of them that have ever come. His roundness of body, his beautiful look up front, and his proportionality all read very good. Looks like a show-winning type of pig there for sure. Very nice. Brady Jennings needs no introduction. Real nice one there from him.
In next will be Hammock Show Pigs, tag 76. Would be an anomaly, buckle up, and that anomaly would be a boar there that's at Halfins that is honestly just one that is
obviously got the right type of pedigree, but to me, whenever they come at you that wide, that honest, their sternum's built right, their foreribs that genuine, and then they've got that type of feature down low, and then his feet are still strong. Those things are awesome. Then we still haven't talked about his view of squareness from behind, his extra look up front, just the gorgeousness there of his head as well. That's a real good pig. Caden Hammock did Trent and Ruth pretty good. Very nice pig, be tagged 76.
In next would be Murrow Farms, a guy that lives just a couple miles down the road from me, or has his pigs. And these are some that I've got to see several times, and excited to have the opportunity to talk them here with Weldon. We jump in here, tag 7 and 8. Tag 7 would be the male, be a Waxahachie Titan. Mom was the Grand Gilt there at Coba in 23. And then tag 8 would be the female, would be a Waxahachie Insurrection. And then that sow would be the mate to the 4th overall spot gilt there at OYE in 24.
Yeah, another good pairing, like Wilbur said, putting a close guy, obviously, there at a Wilbur in terms of distance and then friendship as well. Both of these, I think we get blanket statement and just say, hey, it's hard to make spotted pigs be that exotic up front with feature to their rear leg, organization to their elbow and their front foot. They're awesome in terms of the shape of their body, their build and maturity long-term. Looks like the right type of stuff that you want to dive into and feed. You could have fun with early and then feed late. Once again, tag 7 would be the male, tag 8 would be the gilt there from Ross Murrow Farms.
We'll bring in the balance of the Murrow Farm consignments. We have tag 9 and tag 10, a pair of litter mates. They'd actually be mates. The gilt we just seen would be Waxahachie, Insurrection. That sow would be a mate to the 4th overall spot gilt there at OYE in 24.
Once again, 2 more pigs here from Puddin. Lot 9 would here be on the furthest, I guess it'd be east side now, working towards Wilbur and I. The young man's on, and then the bigger young man there is on 10, Tanner. A pair of pigs that, once again, what we said about the last pair, we could reciprocate and say again. It is so hard to get spotted pigs to have a good look up front and how their front end's organized. And then of the pair, I'd say as 10 goes away, his pin bones sit higher and wider, probably more advanced from a width standpoint, but in terms of tag 9, his proportionality and then just, I guess, uniqueness of color on however you want to run that pig hit me and resonate with me very, very good. They both still got slope to their shoulder. They both still got bend from behind, and like I complimented them, beautiful look up front. This pig here out front's 10. This is 9 right here in front of me.
Coming in here now would be Barn Burner Genetics. First one to come in the ring here would be the Berkshire female. That would be tag 84. She'd be a moonwalk off the chain. Mother was champion Burt Gilt there at Tulsa last year, and one that I remember so well. It was one that they would have bought there at Queens and was unique all summer long, and then was really special there at the end there. And tag 84, again, the Berkshire female. Then we'd have tag 83, it'd be the Dark Cross. He would be an inclusive icon. Mother was purchased at OYE there in 25 and raised the grand there at LaFleur County in her first litter. Tag 85 would be the kind of more traditional belted male there, would be a dog-eat-dog icon. Same mother is inclusive, time to talk, and then just what he says is one of his best producing sows. Jump in here. This is what you would expect. 3 high quality pigs that bring the kind of presence that you would expect from Blim, and then still have the power to win. Good trio of them here. Look forward to hearing what Weldon says.
Yep, good trio here for sure. And like we said, we'll talk them here numerically. 83, the smaller belted mow here, just from a proportionality standpoint, looks like he can hold on, have a little shelf life. He's got clearance underneath and a beautiful head. The Burt Gilt, to me, champion Berkshire there last year at Tulsa. Her composition, backline, rear leg squareness, and security, all in line with the champion Berkshire Gilt, especially when it's accompanied by an organized, just lower body fill for a little pig. Then 85, he's the bigger belted pig there, sired by Dog Eat Dog. Another very, very good pig, just from a feedability standpoint. He's sharp-headed, he's stout-jawed, he's perky-eared, he's got width to his chest and broadness from behind. Good trio from Blim.
In next would be Miller Time Genetics consignments. Tag 96 would be the light cross male, would be a one-way wham. And then the dark cross there would be tag 97. 99, I apologize, that'd be tag 99, would be a Clarity in-game. Mom is a first litter gilt here that goes back to the famous sow he has there. That'd be a hero never before. Good opportunity here that Miller Time brings you.
We'll start with the blue one here, tag 96. Once again, an absolute sweet-headed, heavy bone pig with bend to his shoulder, linked to his rump with a conservative type of just backline length. Looks like a very, very competitive light cross. And then the belted one here would be tag 99, Hampshire classifying type of pig. That to me, just from a front view of feature in terms of arm, head, and muzzle, all very, very good. I like his bend from behind. The word bendy rear leg can be a little overused and I guess overpopularized and somewhat corny, but hey, that pig's got it. He's still got a feeding look to his mid-body, some link to his cannon that to me allows him to get big and look like a very, very competitive heavyweight barra. Big pipes, good look up front. The blue one I call perfect length and beautiful headed. Great pair for Miller time. Once again, be 96 would be the blue, and then 99 would be the belt.
Couple more of the Miller Time Genetics consignments come in next. Would be tag 97 and 98. Fletch would be there on tag 97. This would be a pair of litter mates. It'd be a one-way ruthless.
Yeah, and this pedigree for Cade Miller, I would say, has worked very, very good. One-way ruthless, and of the pigs I've seen, especially these, resonates pretty good. We'll talk 97 there on the far side that Fletch is on. An absolutely awesome looking gilt. It's rocket built up front in terms of height to shoulder and just her length up front as well. Like we've talked, it's hard to make them that extended and that just whacked out up front with cushion and bend to her shoulder. Her front foot's still strong. She's still got usage there to her rear leg. I like that a bunch. 98 here would be the next one we'll discuss that the young man's on here. As they come through the end gate, we're a little elevated from the pelleted surface, but underneath, that is as broad of a chest, as wide of an undercarriage as we've seen on a pig come through that still has stability to her hock and just squareness to her build off both ends. This is a good pair from Miller time. He always brings good pigs here to Trent sale, and I'd say the four he brought this spring fall right into the same category.
My family show pigs will be coming in here next. They bring a pair of them to start. Tag 25 would be the smaller one in here that would be closest to me right now. That would be a stug monkey, tricked out. Mom would have just done an awesome job there for them guys. And talk about a pedigree that is truly unique right now. Stud Monkey's been doing just an incredible job. That pig, to me, for one of those, just brings so much just roundness there to his body for that pedigree, and I think something to look into. And then we would have tag 24 would be a leadoff promotion. This particular pig's grandma is a mate to Bell Bottom Blues. He drops in here, and I hope that you can see online, and definitely if you're along the side here looking, we got a special one in tag 24 here. That build, that look, and truly I think one that has versatility in either being a boar or a barra. I like to see what Weldon says about him. I like tag 24 real good.
For sure, and first of all, hats off there to Lane Mai, both of your pigs here. Obviously, we'll see one more here in just a second, but absolutely off the charts, A+ score, just pigment and quality grade from that standpoint. Numerically, we'll talk 24 first, like Wilbur said. That's obviously a very, very good pig. My favorite view of him is his rear view there. He is a big, loose-moving type of rear leg that's full. His joints are clean. His arm arm and his feature up front all match what he's got going on there from behind. Wide and broad, yet still stable down low. Sweet and gorgeous there in terms of his head. That's a good pig for sure. As we work into 25, obviously there's just a little bit of a size difference between the pair of them in front of you here. And I like that from a diversity standpoint, because whether you grimace at it or you just embrace it, we can stretch pigs a little bit, and that's just where we're at in 2026. And that 25 looks like one to me that can obviously show and be cute and heavy boned early and then finish as a real good one later. Never probably ever want to put a date on whenever he needs to finish as a heavyweight, but hey, I still read link to his cannon, feature to his rear leg, and the right type of look up front to obviously grow and get it. This is a great pair. Tag 24 once again is the big one. Tag 25 is the little one.
Another one here from Lane Mai that brings the same type of quality would be tag 23, mainline, wide awake.
Another very good pig here, and like Wilbur said, out of mainline. And to me, obviously that boar has done obviously an incredible job, and Platt and Brock hit on that as they started, and I'm sure there'll be more mainlines that come through. But with that in mind, I like this pig's length of body. He's more conservative in terms of length. He's broad in terms of his chest. His arm and his rear leg look stout and heavy in terms of his feature. And then, man, oh man, he's got look out front, linked to his rump, and that beautiful tail root sitting there on his hip. That's a very good pig. One hits me very good. I like that pig. Once again, that'd be tag 23.
Winner Circle will be in here next with a pair of spots. Fletcher would be there on tag 5, would be the spotted male, be a peace pipe, remain silent, and then tag 6, the one that Chloe's on, would actually be a litter mate to that one. Again, a breeder that we can talk about just for their success across all breeds, but then especially within this one particularly, brings a pair of them that are stout and broad, and then still yet got some differences to talk. We'll let Weldon discuss them.
Yeah, I'd say cute, clubby, and then just long-term feeding thinking would all probably fall into this pair of gilts' favor. They're awesome in terms of their look up front, and then we don't need to sit here and lie to you. We can all see that as they come through, they are advanced in terms of their width, their stoutness, yet still, too, I think from a composition standpoint, still right on. They're round-bodied, they're wide, and they're opened up, yet looks like I said, from a flesh and just compositional standpoint, look like they can continue to get better. Once again, Fletch is on 5, Chloe's on 6 as they leave. Great pair of gilts there from Winter Circle.
Coming in next would be Blackjack Genetics, a pair of mainlines here. Tag 120 would be the calico male there, and then tag 121 would be the dark cross. Tag 120 is a mainline say it, and then the dark cross there in tag 121 would be a mainline affliction. A pair of sows here that we've got a tremendous amount of notes on just from their success success and their ability to raise good pigs. We look at them visually and we understand why. There's been so much success behind them. I think a really unique kind of pair of pigs that complement each other in the ring now.
Dakota Williams, a very, very sharp guy. I almost said young guy, but he's older than me. And he's one of those ones that every single time at the Oklahoma Youth Expo has got a very, very good pig. And oddly enough, both these pigs' pedigrees read back into a pig that's won on a big stage there at OYE. Numerically, as we've gone, we'll talk 120 first. That'd be kind of the black-jawed calico pig here, roan, whatever you want to call him. I like that pig from just a size standpoint. He's almost kind of working out of his cute stage, but oddly enough, he's still very, very attractive up front. He's stable in terms of his foot. He's square going away, and he's as fresh as they could be for a baby pig in relation of just body shape to composition. The dark cross male is one that hits me pretty good. Obviously, they're both class dark cross, but 121 would be the chromed up one we're discussing now. I love that pig's length of his rump. I like where his tail sits on his body. His length of spine, his height to shoulder up front, all very, very good. He still comes and goes wide, and then obviously got a slick, very, very good type of paint job to go with it. This Dakota has raised some real nice pigs, and I knew that just talking to Nat and then Trent, the pair of them he was bringing here to Trent and Ruth's sale were going to be very well received, and I could see why. Great pair. Once again, the calico, kind of black-jawed Roni pigs, 120. The chromed up, more traditionally dark cross classifying pigs, 121.
Coming in next would be Cornell and Shepard Livestock here. Zoe would be there on tag 62, would be the dark cross male, would be a knife talk, breath taker. Unique thing in our notes here is this sow would go back to the in-game kingpin sow there at Days, and we got to see several of those pigs earlier. This pig resembles that same kind of quality that we talked about in them. And then tag 63 would be the spotted male, would be a standout time change.
62 here, like we've talked and we've gone through, we'll discuss him first. That's kind of the dark cross, chromed up pig here that the Lucas set girls on here right in front of us now. A pig that's got sturdiness to his arm, feature to his arm as well, and then strength to his feet. He's got all the width from behind that you'd ever want. A nice pig, in my opinion, that's got some shelf life just from the width and a power standpoint. Still very, very good in terms of his look up front. Camo grimaced a little bit when we start talking about classification, but hey, I'll be the first to tell you 63 with just a little bit of elbow grease could be pretty interesting on how you want to run and show that pig from a breed standpoint, at least in the Southwest. Very, very good looking up front, hard in terms of his muscle up high, beautiful athletic round shape to his body. Good pair from Cornell and Shepard.
Streber Genetics would be in the ring next here with tag 75. That would be a standout money line. Always a unique thing. When Streber brings one to town, it's usually one, and it's because it's a real good one. Tag 75 is one of those real good one. Extension off of both ends of her body, the kind of feature and just size and shape to her foot that you'd expect. I'll let Weldon just kind of dip into more of the details, but I think a real unique one that Streber brings.
Yeah, no different than last fall. If you remember, and Wilbur and I got to get up here, we talked a lot about head, looseness of shoulder, rear leg feature, and proportionality. And then I'd say we probably just mirrored that and reciprocated that all over again this spring. And all those things to be said in the same positive attribute for this gilt. Sweet in terms of the width between her eyes. She's sharp yet stout in terms of just the shape of her face and her jaw. Like we've talked on a bunch of them, which is honestly refreshing. She's a heavy-armed, heavy-boned gilt with strength to her front foot. She looks like an incredible show gilt, and then no different than what we know Streber for. Looks like one that could be an incredible sow and raise you another very good pig, like some of us in the building have experienced from him. Very, very good one. Streber, I bet Trent's pretty happy with her because we think she's real, real nice. Once again, that'd be tag 75, sired by Standout.
Coming in next would be Whittington Show Pigs, and obviously needs no introduction for their success, time in and time out, and have had as much success bringing pigs to this particular sale. Tag 37 would be the spotted female, would be a Mr. Irrelevant, white lines, and then the dam would have been the 6th overall there at Tulsa in 24, and one that we could talk about seeing videos of her. She steps in here. She looked awesome on the video. She even looks better in person. And then the Berkshire male would be tag 38, would be an upward secret stash.
Good pair here from Whittington for sure. And whenever the spot gilt pokes her nose up, hey, I'd call her look up front alert, proud, and very commanding, and all those things are justified whenever she pokes her nose up because her look up front's awesome. She backs it with the right type of shape to her body. We've talked a lot about composition so far, and it matters from just a buying standpoint of little pigs. You want the rib to be round, yet they're just lower body line to be appropriate, and the right type of just balance underneath, and she does that beautifully. She's still got a very, very good look there to her rear leg. The Berkshire male will be tag 38. Another pig just from a size standpoint, I think is very, very good. He takes a little guesswork out of it. He brings forth just the Berkshire texture and stoutness, a feature that we all admire and we chase, yet still too, he does it with length to his spine, yet just strength to his back as well. He's a long-rumped pig with good indicators of stoutness in terms of his forehead, his tail root, and just his ankle and his rear leg bone as well. Good pair of them from Whittington. 37's a spot, 38's the Burke.
We have one more here from Winnington, would be tag 36, will be a flip cup, tricked out, one that comes in and I think demands people's attention just in terms of just how high he ties there out of the top side of his shoulder. A unique one that is perfectly belted there. A nice pig that Winnington brings. He brings you an awesome trio. We might have saved the best for last. Got a good one here in tag 36.
100%. And like I said here, JD walked up and said, hey, that pig don't suck. And all agreement to that statement. That is one wild-looking, beautiful-headed pig there. His feature up front is so full and so consistent. Heavy, heavy bone, strong-footed, beautiful view from behind. Highlight pig for sure. Whittington, you did pretty good there.
Well, JD and I are going to bring us home on an awesome preview so far, and we had a little commercial break here to figure out what was nice to say about Cameron and his pig, but I think if you look in, you can see good things about him. It's tag 119. He's a leadoff wild side dam. Would have raised Foster's Reserve Grand at AYE last year that would have been sold here at the Holy Smoke Spring Edition.
A really, really fun way to start our portion of this. And man, this is an incredible animal, and I am excited that I'm the one that gets to talk about him a little bit, and I hope that I can do him justice. And if you're watching online, I just hope you can understand how good of an animal this is. His lines and just symmetry from the side are absolutely perfect. This Barra has got just an awesome skull, a perfect chest. That's just a big bladed hog that's still so comfortable in the way that he moves. Man, he's got all the extras in the world, but still so comfy in the way that he gets out and strides around. I think an absolutely elite animal, certainly worth getting your truck stuck in the mud to bring one like this to the pig sale. Really, really good one, Camo.
'71 from Atkins Livestock comes in, and 72. A pair of them that he's got to lead off here with. We'll start with 71. That's a stud monkey. Buckle up. Mom here is a half sieve to Thriller at Laird's. Grandma has a litter of stud monkeys that have already found the backdrop this spring. The 72, that is Hotbed Pathfinder. Mom was a $15,000 baby pig. She was named 3rd overall cross skill at Illinois State Fair. A good trio, or a good pair here to start off with Alex Livestock.
We'll talk the male here that Alex is driving first. Another one that comes out here that is just a real high-headed kind of pig. I really love the arrogance that he steps out of the ring with. That's a real memorable kind of first impression, and we all know that's what it takes to get along at the big ones. That's a pig that, to be as tall-shouldered as he is, I think he's still comfortable enough in the way that he moves out of his blade and his front end. He's got great set to his front toes. You view this pig off from the side, and I think he just puts himself together at an elite level. That's a pig that's got some bounce to his step out back, and again, just his lines, his balance, his symmetry are so good. The gilt in the ring honestly looks in ways like the male. When you view him from the side, that's a high-headed, tall-shouldered pig that's got the right kind of length of body. That's a gilt to me that looks like she's got some stretch, and the longer you have her on feed, I'd say the better that one gets. Really, really good pair of them here to start the Atkins Show Pigs.
The second pair here of that Alex brings out, we're going to have a light cross male pig. That is tag 74. That's a mainline Rude Awakening. This pig would be a mate to the Queen's Entry that they would have sold last week. And then another gilt, that dark cross gilt, that's tag 73. That's a stud monkey, One Truth. Mom's last litter would have raised the 3rd overall gilt at Kentucky State Fair. So another pair from Alec that he brought out, the guy that's really been doing an awesome job selling pigs that look the part, but more importantly, they've been able to go on and feed. We'll let JD describe them.
Another pair here that just drops out with so much quality, and we've had a lot of really good blue pigs hit the ring at the Holy Smoke, and man, this is one that gets towards the top of the list for me. This pig from the side is just the epitome of balance and just has the design that one needs to have. It's hard to make them that are that stout about their feature yet are so just complete and balanced and put themselves together with that ideal of a look from the side. I really, really like that blue one, certainly one of the elite pigs of the sale. This belted gilt is one that comes out here and again just offers tons of quality and still just a really balanced kind of a package. That is an incredibly big leg and rear foot on a gilt of this size, a great big front arm, a beautiful skull, lots of shape. Again, one that's got shelf life as you're feeding pigs for the fall. I think that's an important thing. There's lots of shows she'll fit really, really well.
Mays and KP comes in next with a pair of them. They're going to be tagged 65 and tagged 66. 65 to start with, that's the spot male. That is a spot on talk to me. The young talk is a sow there that's doing a killer job in the first few litters. Should be a litter mate to the $12,000 boar. Count me in. That would have been at top cut. And then we got the dark cross male, unrivaled, modern day, tag 66. Mother was never shown, was just a keeper gilt, and the grandma would have had the Grand Hamp Barra at Tulsa in 23.
KP and Mays are some guys in the southwest part of our state that obviously everyone around here knows. They've been doing a good job for a really, really long time. And you drop this pair in, I think they represent that program incredibly well. Obviously, a spot male that hits the ring, that has just got all the big-time pieces that it would take to win at a really high-level show. Obviously, here in our state, we don't exactly have to show with papers in the spotted ring, but I would tell you, that one's got the kind of quality. He can beat the ones with the cut ears. I think a really elite kind of a spot male there. Really, really special kind of pig. This little belted one is one I saw in the back earlier. And man, I think this one's got a lot of freaky parts and pieces. That's a beautiful kind of head, the right kind of length of body, so much shape up high, and it's just so stout featured for a pig of this size. I think a really good pair. I'd encourage you, go hop these up in the back, talk to the guys about them. I think pigs that have got a really, really bright future.
'67 and '70 from Mike Steele that come in here. A pair of dark cross males. They would be all access. Well, '67 is an all access buckle up. Shares the same grandma of a pretty well known boar called Wild Time. Dan would have raised two sail makers at Houston. The tag 70, that's a dark cross male, all access tricked out. Sow there that he would have purchased from Cole Childers. Would have raised a class-winning Barra at Houston in 24. Good pair here to start off from Mike Steele that we've got.
Yeah, a fun way to start Mike's Pigs, and a guy that's been bringing some really good pigs out to this sale for a long time. And old boy brought you a pair here that I really, really like. This chromed up one is one we found in the back earlier and hopped up. Man, he's got just such an awesome look from the side. I love the way his hip and hind leg works when this hog gets out in motion. Absolutely no throat in that pig, and one that looks like is just a feeder's dream, honestly. A pig that's so loose jointed. He's got a high head, a great big fat back rolled up in him, a really round cage. Just doesn't present a lot of problems in terms of his build, but also comes with so many extras. And then the black-legged one there is another one that comes out here with just an elite kind of presence from the side. That's a pig that's really, really sharp looking. I love his length of body. I love his roundness of cage. I think these pigs are the kind that are going to feed, the kind that are going to work. Mike, Donna, thanks for sending these, or bringing these. I think a very good pair to get your set started.
The last two here from Mike Steele are litter mates. They're going to be tagged 68 and 69. One of them, the 68, is going to be the dark cross gilt. Both of them all access tricked out on that sow we would have bought from Cole Childers that would have made a class-winning bear there at Houston in 24. A good way to kind of lead off or lead off the things here for Mike.
We'll start with tag 68, the gilt there in the center of the ring. And if you know Mike well, he's a little bit of a gilt hoarder. And for him to offer one that looks like this must mean that he's taken Donna on another vacation somewhere and he's got to pay for the Carnival cruise or something. This is a really, really good gilt. She's incredibly high-headed. She's flat back. She's a gilt that gets out and goes well. I love her build. I love her maturity pattern. That's the kind that's going to show up in the end. She may not be just the fluffiest one that's hit the ring today, but I'd tell you, long term, that one just looks like one that's going to feed. She's going to work. She'll be there for you when she needs to be. Tag 69 is the chromed up male in the ring with her, and this is another one that is just so stout. You see just the size of his rear leg and his rear foot. This is a pig that's got really good posture in the way that his rear toes hit and grip the surface, and I love that about him. He's got the right kind of length to his body. He's round cage, a pig that looks like he's going to be a powerful kind of a heavyweight someday with lots of extras. Still got plenty of look up front. Really good pair here to round off stills.
Well, the next guy through comes in is certainly one that's going to get your attention. Halen Show Pigs, a guy that has been doing an awesome job raising pigs and having a boar stud that's making winners at a high level. He's got a pair of them here. He's got a light cross and tag 81, a nominally in-game nomad. Mother would have raised the champion light cross bear at OYE this last year for Avery Throckmorton. And then tag 82 is a Poland male, altogether head start lefty. Mom would have raised the champion, or Mom was the champion Poland and reserve grand pure gilt at Tulsa in 24. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but might be a litter mate to some of those high dollar pigs he would have sold online there last night.
I know we're getting towards probably the bottom third of the preview here in terms of just getting through it, but I tell you to come back to the preview and study in on the pair that Halen brings. Got to see these at the house the other day, and man, they really hit me hard. I was as excited about them as anything I got to see on my trip that day, and it looks like they traveled well and came to the pig sale ready to find new owners that want to win pig shows. This blue one strikes me just incredibly hard. That's a sharp-looking pig that's incredibly wide underneath, a great big arm, a sturdy front foot, and obviously that sow can punch one through to the winner's circle. I tell you, that's an elite looking blue pig that's got tons of future from a sow that can absolutely get it done. And then you study in on this Poland male. Boy, that one's going to be hard to beat, and we've got a few of these on feed, and honestly, I just hope we get to show at a lot of the different shows this summer than that one ends up at, because that's an elite kind of Poland male. He's got the right kind of length of body, a beautiful kind of skull, huge arm, huge chest. You step in behind that one, and his rear view's intimidating. Just a great big hind leg that sets really square under his pin bones. A pig for this breed that's got some comfort and set to his rear pastern. An elite pair here. Thanks for bringing them out.
As we shuffle the pages just a bit here, we got Winter Livestock that comes in here. This is going to be tag 107, 108 with a pair of light cross or possibly Yorkshire pairing ones. I think a pretty neat pair that he's got. We're going to start with 107. That's the light cross Blue Magic Eat. Just quotes on that one. Good pig, and it matches what you see out there. The other one is tag 108. That would be the Yorkshire classifying one, Tarzan. The Nature Boy, an elite pair that he's got. You can do the work if you want to make them go wide or not, but yet certainly I think just a good pair of pigs there that we've got out in the ring.
We'll talk them just kind of in numerical order here. We'll start with this blue-eyed one, this tag 107, and I didn't know whose were coming in the ring yet. We got just a little out of order compared to how our sheet looks, but that one will make you search on the sheet real fast to figure out whose it is and what's it out of. That's an elite-looking show pig, folks. When they come out of the gate with that kind of broadness between their eyes, that kind of stoutness to their skull, but yet absolutely no neck, no throat, and still everything from their back is so bold and so wide. Man, it is so hard to put them together that look like that. That pig is absolutely beautiful from the side, but an absolute man when he comes at you and when he leaves you a real elite blue-eyed one there. Man, that one's awfully good. The Tarzan pig, the solid white one there that's on, that Chloe's got, again, I think represents his program incredibly well. That's a solid white one that's got an awesome look. He's heavy-boned, he's got muscle, he's got width. Not a lot of question marks for that one in terms of what he's going to look like big. That's the kind that they like to pump out and that oftentimes win a lot of banners for them. Really good pair here. This blue-eyed one, I think, special. Good job, Tanner. Thanks for bringing them.
Mark Gray is going to come in next here with tag 91 and 92, a pair of dark cross males. They'll be litter mates. They're out of Culture Shock, Buckle Up. The sow came from Stauffer there. She was reserve champion overall on the prior point series there last year. So a real good, real neat pair of them that we got from Mark that represent exactly what he breeds and wins with all the time.
Yeah, these come from a really good litter of pigs, and the Culture Shock thing has worked in Mark's incredibly well as kind of all over the place. Anytime I've seen pigs out of that boar, they've had tons of quality, and I think this pair really represents Mark's program, represents what he likes to put out as well. These pigs are stout, they've got a great look, tons of muscle, tons of power, yet don't sacrifice look, don't sacrifice build. I think they're very good. You can pick which one you like and obviously try to get that one owned and be competitive with them this summer. But I tell you, I think a pair of them that are awfully good here from Mark Gray. Thanks for bringing them out.
Well, certainly a firm that doesn't need much introduction comes out next, and Mullet Genetics. They're going to bring a pair of them in here to start. We're going to start with 104 and 105, a pair of gilts there. 104 is going to be the dark cross. That is a Go Now, which is a Kong Sun on a Good Magic, no moss. Second top seller at Tulsa, 24. The sow raised the 35th overall cross gilt at OYE just this last year. And then tag 105, that would be the light cross gilt. She's a Not Afraid Neighbor Boy, Hold My Beer. Sow came from the heart of the Wehmer herd, which, Mullets have been able to go dig into some of the most prestigious herds and put together some sows that then correlate into their success, and it looks like that's exactly what they did here.
Again, we'll just talk these numerically. 104 is the dark cross gill in the ring, a really striking gill. When she pokes her head out of the gate, she's incredibly long fronted. She's level from the top side of her blade all the way back to her tail head. That's a gilt that takes a really loose kind of step out back. I like the set of her hock when you view her from the side. A gilt that's got a lot of future ahead of her. I think that one's going to be her best big. And a lot of times when we're looking at baby pigs, we throw maturity out the window and don't think about it. This one looks like she's going to be her best when it matters, and I think that's important. 105 is the white one. Gilt that comes out here that's really broad between her eyes, and that just kind of tells the story. For their back, she's stout featured, she's got muscle, she's got shape. Really good pair here from Mullet.
The final pair here of mullets come in, 103 and 106. A really good set that he brought here. Nora was telling me I have to be quiet because she liked them that she's got in here and we can't tell anybody. But the 103 is going to be a go now. That's the Kong Son on a trumpet hero. Sal was the 4th overall cross skilled at Arizona in 24. And then 106, that dark cross male, not afraid, neighbor boy. That's a sow there that came from the heart of the Wehmer, I heard there. So some pigs here that got a little bit of size. You don't have to read into it as much. They kind of got past some of the cuteness. Now they're ready to just kind of be put on feed, and you allow them to do what they got. A good pair here to finish off with mullets.
We'll talk about 103 first, the off-belted pig here. A pig that comes out and I think represents this program well. That pig's got a unique kind of a skull, really the right kind of length of body, a round-ribbed hog that's square and flexible when you get out back. I think just a real good feeding hog. And like Austin talked about, I'd echo it just a little bit. A pig that's out of his cute stage but still has quality, I honestly think that has value. There's a lot of them by the time you get them this big, you've let Joe Simpson take them. So the fact that these pigs have got a little size and they're still showing that they've got future, I think is an added bonus if you're a buyer. 106, the cheetah colored one there on the far side, that's a high-headed pig. It's got shape up high, big rear-legged kind of a hog, and I really like the way his back toes hit the surface and plant and drive when he gets in motion. A good pair here from Mullet. Thanks for sending them, John. That guy? Yeah.
Heron. All right, as we kind of figure out where we are in the order here and flip the page, we got Heron Farms comes in next here. We've got a Berkshire male, tag 101. That would be an upward all-in. Certainly don't need a lot of introduction for upward, what he was able to do so far this spring. They sold 2 herd boars in the past, sale makers at Dallas, Houston, and Tulsa, the 3rd overall guild at OYE. The 102, that would be the dark cross male. That's a flip cup. It ain't easy, no intro. 2nd litter sow, her 1st litter. She raised the Grand Market hog at a Texas county, and they're excited to get this one up and going and get him on feed in someone's home.
Yeah, these are Uncle Tim's pigs, and I remember seeing these kind of earlier today, and this Berkshire pig's one that hit me hard in the back. Pig that's got an awesome kind of look from the side. He's really good in his chest. I think the most intimidating view of this pig is when he comes right at you, a really tidy kind of head and neck that ties high, but yet so broad in his chest and in his blade. He's got the right kind of length of body, a pig that's got muscle up high. I think one that's really, really nice, that's going to be awfully competitive. The chromed up pig gets out here and represents himself incredibly well, and if you don't find that one just sitting around or watching online, I tell you, pay attention here, because that's a pig that's awesome looking. He's wide underneath, he's really flexible and really comfy in the way that he gets around the ring here. One that's got look, he's got width, he's really sound, a lot of the intangibles it takes to win on the big stage. Really good pair here, Heron Farms.
The Miami, Oklahoma crew comes out, and Holt Genetics, they're going to start with 109. This Calico Dark Cross male, that's a suit-up hero, never before. They would say this Calico pig, the suit-up's half-brother, was granted OYE this year. Mother would be Stride for Stride's mother, so a good way to kind of start off their trio of pigs that they brought here in tag 109.
hadn't actually got to see this pig until just now, but I was reading the pedigree before they came in, and this looked like it would work on paper, and I tell you, it's neat when a plan comes together. This mating was built to make a pig that looks like this. Incredibly sound, still got muscle, got tons of bone. You get him behind this pig, and he's incredibly wide in his pins. He maintains squareness from his pin hock all the way to the ground, and then one that just takes a really loose, great kind of grip and stride out back. I love lots of things about this calico. Looks like one that's going to be awfully hard to beat wherever he goes. A pig that's got a little size, could go to lots of different shows, lots of different things you could do with this one. The most important thing I think he can do is win and do it often. Really good pig. Tons of quality here. Great way to start the HG set.
Final pair comes in here for Holt Genetics. A pair of litter mates, one gilt, one boy, dark crosses. Javio's rightfully so. Mother would be Cody or Cowboy Code's mother, and also the Reserve Grand Gilt at Georgia National there in 24. An awesome pair here. I would say if they had litter mates from a deep litter that probably looks similar to what this pair does. Awfully good, and a good pair there to kind of round off their set that they brought.
A good pair of mates here, and we'll talk about the gilt first. I know we've got lots of good gilts here at the Holy Smoke. We've got a round dedicated to just selling gilts, and I don't know where this one sails in the lineup, but I know where she's going to be on my list, and it's right there towards the top. I think this gilt comes out here, and she looks dual threat to me. Looks like she can win shows. Looks like she'd be an absolutely incredible kind of a sow. I love how stout she is in her skull. I love how loose she is in her skeleton. You get this one out and watch her from the side. The angulation to just her hip and her hind leg posture is so good. She's complete, she's comfortable, she's wide, she's stout, got an awesome, unique kind of a look. I think a very good one there. I think this 110, she hits me incredibly hard coming out of the gate. The male pig, I think, does a lot of the same things in terms of just presence and look from the side. Another one that's tall-shouldered, just so stout about his mug. You study that thing in between his eyes, and man, he just looks like a boxer, and yet he's still clean underneath in his throat latch. It's hard to combine stoutness and look. This pig does it to a high degree. He's got set to his hock. He's got bend off both ends of his skeleton. A pig that's got shape, got scale. So many good things working towards his future. I think an elite pair here. Thanks to the HG crew for bringing them.
Our next consigner that's going to come in here would be Squires Genetics. He's got a trio of them that they have. I think maybe, I don't know if they're going to bring all three of them in, or they're going to bring all three of them in here at once. We got tags 116. That would be a dark cross male. Awakening, It Ain't Easy. That's the one there that's kind of in the center of the ring, belted pig there. That dam would have been the matriarch of the 15-litter sows. And then the mother of the Reserve Grand at Arkansas State Fair in 25. We've got tag 117. That's a dark cross female slash It Ain't Easy. I think that's the kind of red colored one there. I think that one, but potentially on some circuits, you could probably throw her in on a different breed and how they want to classify. Dam of this. That one would be the Dam of the 64s is the best looking 15-litter sow on the farm. The gilts like this just don't leave the farm very often. And then we've got tag 118. That would be the dark cross male slash It Ain't Easy, a litter mate there, or a similar breeding, full sib and blood there to the tag 117. But an awesome trio from Squires Genetics. I think ones there that you can kind of dig into, and they got some different options for you depending on where and how you can be able to do that.
Yeah, a really good set here, Mav Sands, and we'll talk them just in numerical order as we go. The belted pig in the center of the ring, tag 116. This pig, man, he hits me hard. Coming out of the gate, that pig is beautiful from the side. He's so opened up underneath. You study this one when you get him into motion. He's got a great kind of a set to his hock. That's a pig that, man, to combine that kind of stoutness and that kind of look with that kind of mobility, awfully, awfully hard to do. I think a very good one there. The tag 117 is the red tinted gilt here in the center of the ring, and like Austin alluded to, you know, you could probably show that one in lots of different ways if you wanted to, but I think she's plenty good showing her as a dark. That pig is sharp looking, so shapely. You study her coming right out of the top side of her blade, and man, she is so square there, and that tells the story from everything there back. Really square out of her rump, square hind-legged. I think a really neat red gilt. Round off their trio with the off-belted male that I don't know where he ranks in Mav's mind, but man, he's right towards the top of these for me. Sharp looking, heavy bone, right kind of length of body. Looks like one that you ought to have on feed this summer if you're trying to be serious. Really good trio from Squires.
Our next consigner in is going to be Beaman Showstock. They've got a pair of light crosses, both gilts, both litter mates. They would be out of sired by Clarity on an all-rise. Mother was a gilt there that Ethan showed back in 22 that was really successful. They had a lot of success dragging that gilt out on the circuit there in 22. So a good pair of the blue belts, kind of blue colored gilts there. They're always fun to look at from Beaman Showstock. Tag 43 and 44.
Yeah, a pair of mates here, and I think we can honestly just talk about this pair as a pair of litter mates and let you guys pick your favorite, because they come out here and they're incredibly similar to me. These are gilts that are tall-shouldered, really short about the length to their spine, but yet so round about their body. And I think we hear show judges talk about pigs being short-bodied, short-backed all the time, and the reason we want them that way is so we can get them that have this kind of roll and spread to their cage. I think these gilts both do that incredibly well. You watch them go in motion. These are pigs that are sound. They're good looking. They got the right kind of maturity. Really good pair of these dark blue gilts from Beaman. You pick the one you like. I'd tell you, just buy the one you can afford. I think both of them very good kind of light cross gilts to have on feed this summer.
Wellman is going to come out, and he's going to bring his trio out here at once. A guy there that's doing an absolutely phenomenal job raising pigs here that's been very successful down here in this state of late and in his home state of Iowa. He brings an awesome trio. We'll start off with tag 93. That's a dark cross male, troubadour, wide awake, W. Dam is a litter mate to the champion, D3 at the Fall American Royal. The W sow is also the mother of the reserve D2 dark cross gilt at OYE just this last little bit. Tag 94, that's a dark cross male, culture shock, wide awake. That's a litter mate to the Queen's entry last weekend. And then tag 95, another dark cross male is a litter mate there to tag 93. But an awesome trio that he brought out here. I would certainly pay attention and see what you think here.
Yeah, Tyler's been bringing really good sets of pigs to the Holy Smoke for a few years now, and man, I'd say he even stepped up the game here. We'll talk about the one he's driving first. That's tag 95. The black-headed kind of black rump hog is one that represents his program very well, in my opinion. That pig is stout. He's rolled up high, has tons of extras. There's been so many pigs that he's raised that have shown up in Oklahoma recently that just have the pieces it takes to win on the big stage. I think this one really fits his program, fits what kind of pigs they show and win with down here. Really good one there that he's on. Tag 93 is the one Chloe's on here, the kind of thinner belted one in the ring. A pig that's built really speaks to me. A pig that's out back is just so level out of his rump. He's really loose stepping. You watch that pig come at you. He's really good, blade neat all the way to the ground. And that view oftentimes in today's world maybe isn't talked about as much as I wish it was, but coming out of the gate, that's the kind, in my opinion, of what they kind of need need to look like. The dot-backed pig, another one, got muscle, got look, got shape. I think this trio is awfully good, and you can pick the one you like. I'd say just trust the program, trust that he brought the best ones he had to offer to Holy Smoke, because that's what he likes to do. Really good trio here. Thanks, Tyler, for bringing them.
The Cox Show Team comes out next, and they've got a pair of them out here. That would be the 6-litter litter mates, tags 33 and 34. Dark crosses, stay wild, modern day. Mom would have raised the Class 1 Hamp winner at OYE, and then also a champion Hamp bronze overall at the Northwest District. The male here on tag 34 is a double crip, but yet a really good way to start off the Cox show teams here, the trio that they've got. These two in here, I think certainly have got some wild type of pieces that's fitting the show ring extremely well.
A pair that comes out here, and a pair we knew were coming, have been talked about amongst a circle of people that kind of talk about what's always coming to the pig sales, and kind of knew these were coming. This is a premier sow there at Marks that did a great job raising pigs last winter, that competed at a really high end there in the spring, and you get these out here, and I think these are honestly even more advanced than the ones last season were in terms of just their stoutness and their feature. Man, they take a lot of the guesswork out of things, in my opinion, to be this size and yet still look like they've got quality and they're on their way up. I think you can do a lot of different things with these pigs in terms of a show window. I tell you, just get them home, get them adjusted, and get them tuned in, and just look at the calendar and figure out what you got to do to fit your particular show. I think they're good, they're stout, they're good looking, out of a sow that can absolutely get it done. Mark, thanks for bringing them. I think they look really good.
The final pig here from Cox Show Team, and certainly one that'll light you up. This is tag 35. This would be a dark cross male, no glue, Game of Thrones. Mom here has already hit it once here with Chloe Kemp's Reserve Heavy at North American in 24. So you got a generating sow to go behind what is a pretty impressive pig here that we've got out in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, really, really good here. Mark, again, brings you one that I think represents what he likes incredibly well here. That's a high-headed pig that's got bone. He's got a great kind of a build. You study in on this one. I think his maturity pattern's perfect. Again, another one that could hit lots of different shows. Just get him home and get him adjusted, and you can make him fit probably wherever you want to. But, man, this one hits me incredibly hard. No holes, really, in this one from a build perspective and from the side. He's just the epitome of balance and design. Study where his tail sets on him, and I think it's incredible. He is dead level from the top side of his blade back to the root of his tail. Awesome pig there with a bright future. Thanks, Mark, for bringing him.
Well, we've got JD coming out next, an average guy, but a real good breeder, and he brought a real good trio of pigs here, litter mates. The sow made it easy for him to bring 3 different ones, but all from the same litter. We've got tag 59. That's going to be the Yorkshire appearing one. Tag 60. That's the dark cross, solid black with white-footed one. And then tag 61. That's going to be the light cross bear there. Awesome trio that he's got there. I'll let him kind of tell you his thoughts on them a little bit, but certainly I think a very fun trio.
Yeah, a firm here that it just does a great job, an absolutely great dude. Gotta love him, one of the best. These are our pigs. I like them. I'm proud of them. Honestly, it was pretty simple to find them. They were all in the same pen together and have been some we had set back for a while. We really like them. This sow line has won a lot for us. If you got any questions about them, come get them out in the back. Come look at them. Tatum would love to walk them around for you.
Heron Genetics comes in with a single entry, tag 64. Pretty sweet pig that's got out here in the middle of the ring. This would be a dark cross. He's a mainline, quite frankly, never before. He would be a full sib to the primetime board that's at Halfins. I think this one certainly needs lots of attention, lots of things you could say about him. We'll let JD do that.
Yeah, there should probably be someone a little more articulate than me getting to describe this pig, but I'll do the best I can. I think he's special. I've seen him at the house I don't know how many times, and every time I've offered to buy him, and I think the price I've offered him just gets a little higher every time, but his commitment to bringing pigs to Holy Smoke is as steadfast as anybody's, and this one was just always destined to come here, and that sucks because I probably don't get to feed him now, but man, I think he's elite. You can make a show bear out of him. You could breed your sows to him. You could do whatever you wanted to do with this one. I think an absolutely special critter. His full sib prime time was as popular as anything that was running around this time. And you get this one out here, and man, just elite looking from the side. So stout, wild looking about his head and neck. His arms big. His front foot is awesome. I love the set and the curvature to this pig's forearm and the way that his front foot hits the surface. An absolutely elite piece of livestock. I'd say get in here if you're serious about winning. If you're looking for one to get your sows bred, he'll do that for you too. Really, really good one, Brock. Congratulations on bringing one that looks like this.
$4W Livestock's going to come in next. They've got a pair of them, dark crosses, tag 77. That's going to be the one the little boy's on. That would be an unrivaled Say It. Dam would have raised the popular 10 litter last season, including 9th and 10th overall gilts at OYE just this last year, and the 3rd overall at EYO in 25. And then tag 78, that is a buckle up Say It, would be a Dam. They would have purchased that mom there at OYE in 24. A really good pair of them that they've got out here. Certainly, I think ones that can put pen to paper in terms of circling them and having them marked down for the sale tomorrow.
Yeah, I tell you, obviously looking at them in the ring, man, they're good, and I think a pair here that are a little different, and you could probably feed the kind that you like here and be very, very happy if you were to get one bought. I tell you, look at them on paper, see that they've got Say It mamas, and man, these Say It sows have been absolutely getting it done for the folks that have them. I wish I had me a few of those at home because there's so many winners that have Say It on the bottom side of their pedigree, and you study in on these. Again, they're a little different. The tag 77 is just as stout as you could make one. He's boxy, moderate, still just has a wicked look up front. Really an elite kind of a show pig in my opinion. And then the other one in the ring, tag 78, probably just a little bit bigger in terms of his outline, probably a little later maturing hog, but he looks like he's going to be there for you when it matters. That's the feeding kind to me. I love both of these for different reasons, and I think quality can look different. The thing is, both of these have got that quality, those elite kind of pieces we're looking for. Really good pair here from 4W.
Well, Ham Livestock's going to come out next, and a guy there that needs no introduction, absolutely kills it in terms of raising these and getting them put together when he brings them to the sale. Certainly, they're the highlights there, and that's no change in here with this pair. Tag 114, that's going to be the dark cross male. That's a mainline smokescreen sister. So Grandma would be Wham's sister. The mother here would be the mother to the bronze overall champion York at OYE in 26. Champion Light Cross Gilt AYE in 25, and Reserve Grand and 24 at AYE in Arkansas State Fair. And then tag 115, that's the solid black, a dark cross female, Clout, intentional rock star. Sow line has been really good. Rockstar Grandma would be the grandma to our Grand Gilt in 25 that the Coleman family would have shown. sour show gilt. You kind of decide what you want to do, but a flat awesome pair here from Ham Livestock.
We'll talk this black gilt that Ham's driving first so he can maybe have a little break. You get to his age and your back will start hurting if you're bending over driving them like that for too long. So we'll talk this one first and then talk to Barra. This black gilt, she's elite looking as all can be from the side. Man, she's beautiful about her head and her throat. I love the way she just ties everything in up front with a loose kind of a shoulder and forearm. So level from the top side of her blade all the way back to the base of her tail. You step in behind her. She's got a big kind of a hind leg for a pig this size, one that's got a long kind of a shelf life. I think a gilt that it would be so fun to have on feed. I think a really kind of elite looking one from the side there. The dark cross male, the mainline pig, tag 30, the 30 litter hog, tag 114. Man, that one's good. And we were looking at him in the back earlier. Ham's been on a heck of a run and has won most of the shows he's been at over the last 3 or 4 years. It feels like we're just all chasing Ham. And this is the kind of pig he beats us with most of the time. Incredibly stout, got an awesome kind of a skull and look, a great big back. I'd say if you don't want to get beat by the dog, you better feed the dog here. I think a real good one. Thanks, Ham, for bringing this pair.
We got Phillips Show Pigs. It comes in with a pair of litter mates, boy and girl, another guy that is doing an incredible job in terms of putting them together that are popular at a sale, but also been able to feed and go on and do winning. They would be tags 112. That's going to be the male pig. They are mainline eye openers. They're out of a young gilt there that had a good show career. Grandma is one of our foundation sows that has done an awesome job in terms of producing number of winners. So male pig, tag 112. Girl pig is tag 113.
A good pair here, and I know every time one of these breeders come in the ring, we talk about them being a friend and them being a good guy and just a person that's fun to be around, and Cooper certainly fits the bill there. Lifetime kind of friend Cooper is, and he brings you a pair that's really good to the pig sale and coming to Holy Smokes fun, because there's lots of guys that you want to root for to sell their pigs well, and you want to see them go on and win, and like I say, Cooper fits the bill. I'm proud of him for bringing these pair of pigs that just have a really high kind of a feedability and quality kind of look from the side. That gilt is one that hit me incredibly hard when she came out, just for her stoutness and yet still being immature about her neck and her build. I really love just the shape to her skull, how big her forearm and front arm is. That's a gilt that's got great shape up high. She's square as can be when you step in behind her. I think really good. And then the male is one that comes out here with just such an arrogance from the side. That is a tall-shouldered, high-headed kind of a pig that can flat out get out here and motor. Oftentimes the Phillips Show Pigs crew, pigs start just a little greener, and that's the way Coop likes to build them, because he wants them to be mobile in the end. This is the kind they feed at the Throckmorton girls' house all the time, that show up and win at the big shows. The perfect kind of maturity pattern and silhouette to get really good when it matters. Good pair, Coop. Thanks for bringing them to smoke.
Well, the next pig in comes from one of the louder guys in the crowd, tag 42, IDK Genetics. That is a dark cross male. Rizzler, lead the way, 44. This 82-3 is out of a gilt litter. The grandma has never had a bear outside of the top 5 at a Texas major. 2 class winners. Great grandma is Feathered Indian's mom. What an awesome way. I think we're going to lead off the sale with this pig. Truly a special pig they got out in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, tag 42 here from IDK, and I think just a little note here, it looks like he's kind of got one in the chamber still, so which makes sense of why he's at the pig sale. I'd say if this one had 2 where they were supposed to be, he'd probably be at home getting ready to be played with on Mondays and Thursdays. Really good kind of a pig. Obviously, we're starting the sale with him. Great looking one that's got an absolutely just monstrous kind of a front arm and big front foot. So good and intimidating in his view when he comes out of the gate. A really broad broad chest and a big blade. You get on top of this guy, a huge back, and as you step in behind him, just the same thing. Tons of power, yet he's square, he's stout, he's good looking. Not very many question marks in this one, and he probably has as many extras as anything in the offering. Real freak show here from IDK. Really fun one to look at.
Just a quick side note there on that pig. His one testicle is there kind of in the flank. It's easy to see. That's a pretty easy little fix from him. I don't think that's any concern there from that aspect. We're going to round out the preview tonight in a good way with Todd Show Pigs. Certainly, whenever they come to the sale, they're ones that draw the attention, and rightfully so. A program that's won the big shows, and they bring out pigs that look like this, that look at ones you want to circle and put down and get into your show barn. We start with tags 58 and 57. So we've got a dark cross male, wild time. Picture this, out of their favorite sow on the farm. Probably a pretty bold statement to say that. Tag 58 is going to be the Duroc all the way. 4 scores. It's out of a partnership sow there with Natalie. Mother would have been purchased in the exchange from Doug Stewart. I would say a pretty awesome pair to start off the trio of pigs from Todd Show Pigs.
Another guy that's been just a cornerstone at the Holy Smoke for lots of years. Tag 57 is one we'll talk about first. This dark cross male is one that we're pinned across from in the back, and he's been kind of fun to glance over at. That pig's got a really stout kind of a skull, an absolutely monstrous hind leg for a pig of this size, and you watch him go and get out here from the side. He puts himself together at an elite level, a huge bladed hog that's round about his rib cage, got the ideal length of body, just a real stout one that's got a freaky kind of look there. Really, really fun one. Tag 58, the Duroc male here, is another one that comes out with just insane feature. You study this one's skull and his jaw. He just is tough looking, and I love that about him. Another one that's really round ribbed. He's mobile, really good kind of Duroc pig. An awesome pair here to get Todd started, and still got one to look at that's awfully good. Really good ones here heading out of the ring.
Well, the one that maybe we've been waiting for to get us off the mic, but the last one through the preview, tag 56 from Todd Show Pigs. Wilder than the rest, icon, Uno. Sow is an OYE gilt purchase a couple years back from Schulte, and certainly a very good way to finish off the preview with this pig. I think we can take our time and describe and analyze him, because this is a really good pig that we've got out here.
Tag 56 here, wilder than the rest, boar that's been doing a good job of making some real freaky kind of show pigs, and you get this one out here, and I think one that obviously would keep people paying attention to the preview, probably wanting to see this one here at the end. This pig's got an awesome kind of a look, an insane running gear, and really, really big limbs, and it's hard to combine all those things to have appendages this big that move that well. Really, really tough. This thing's head is absolutely wicked. Pig that does lots of insane things that shouldn't all go together. A really unique one here to round us off. A really fun set here at the Holy Smoke. Rewatch the preview if you're at home, and if you got any questions, any of us that talked to them would love to talk to you about them. Lots of people here that can get your questions answered. A good set of breeders sitting at home. I'd love to talk to you about their pigs. If you're here, feel free to stay around, get them out, do what you need to. Bid with confidence tomorrow. An elite set of pigs, a sale that never lets us down as a group that feeds a lot of them from here. We always find us a winner at the Holy Smoke. I tell you to stay around, get your hand in the air, and you can do the same. Really good set of them.